Greetings, friends. My name is Brendan Corliss, and this is the Guide to Karameikos. The Grand Duchy of Karameikos is a wooded land in the southern region of the known world. It is bordered on the south by the Sea of Dread, on the west by the Five Shires, on the north by the Black Peak Mountains with the Republic of Darokin beyond that, and on the east by the Empire of Thyatis. The first people to inhabit what is now Karameikos were the Traldar. They were hunters and fishermen living simple lives. Around 1,000 years ago, a horde of creatures called the Beastmen invaded the Traldar lands. Fortunately, 3 heroes emerged to lead the Traldar to victory. The people learned great knowledge from these 3, Harlav, Petra, and Zerchiv. Eventually, they created a new civilized society and called themselves Traladarans. They lived in peace for centuries, though their culture stagnated. Eventually, their neighbors, the Thyacians, decided to conquer their land to prevent them from falling into the hands of a more nefarious influence. Again, the Traladarans experienced centuries of peace, mostly left to their own devices by their Thyacian rulers. This all changed when a young Thyacian noble named Stefan Karameikos traded his ancestral domain for autonomous rule over Traladara. He brought other minor nobles and created a new nation built in his image. After putting down a small rebellion, the new duke convinced the majority of the populace that he had their best interests in mind. Now, more than 3 decades later, Karameikos has been transformed into a modern nation of mostly unified people. Still, much of the land remains untamed. Dark forests, snow-capped peaks, uncharted swamps. Scattered throughout these wilds, villages, towns, and cities have sprung up, a testament to the ambition of humans and demi-humans alike. The Black Eagle Barony. Fort Doom is a dark and foreboding place, as is the rest of the barony. It is the domain of Baron Ludwig von Hendrix, a cousin of Duke Stefan. The Barony of Kelvin. Kelvin is a city located where the Valaga, Waterold, and Schaturgal rivers meet. It is the domain of Baron Desmond Kelvin II, a member of the Order of the Griffin. The Barony of Threshold. Threshold is a logging community at the edge of the mountains. It is the domain of Baron Sherlane Halloran, a patriarch of the Church of Karameikos. The Barony of Voloy. Voloy is a wealthy seaport on the southern coast. It is the domain of Baron Philip Voloy, the head of the Merchants Guild. The estate of Dmitrov. Dmitrov is a quiet fishing village located across the bay from Voloy. It is the domain of Lord Lev Dromilov, a former adventurer. The estate of Highforge. Highforge is a gnomish and dwarvish community that is mostly autonomous from the rest of Karameikos. It is the domain of Dorfus Hilltopper, the 23rd, the reclusive gnome king. The estate of Luln. Luln is a beleaguered community in the shadow of the Black Eagle Barony. It is the domain of Mistress Sasha, a defiant young warrior. The estate of Meryl Enev. Meryl Enev is a community of fading influence since the arrival of the Duke. It is the domain of Magda Meryl Enev, whose husband died in the rebellion against Duke Stefan. The estate of Penhaligon. Penhaligon is the last town on the way north along the Duke's Road. It is the domain of Dame Arteris Penhaligon, a knight of the Order of the Three Sons. The estate of Kalari. The town of Riflian is a trading post where the Kalari elves agree to meet with humans. It is the domain of Lady Prestel, a young elf of formidable reputation. The estate of Rugalov. Rugalov village is a trading post on the border with Thyatis. It is the domain of Vlad Lutescu, a patriarch of the Church of Traladara. The estate of Selescu. Selescu is something of an enigma to outsiders. While not unfriendly, the whole community locks down at sunset. It is the domain of Lord Zamiro Selescu, the latest in a long line of wizards. The estate of Verge. Verge is a fortified keep on the Windrush Road, at the confluence of the Foamfire and Waterold rivers. It is the domain of Lord Castadexius, who administers it as something of a collective community. There are two major religions in Karameikos, the Church of Trollodara and the Church of Karameikos. While each caters to specific cultural dispositions of their followers, they both have similar philosophies. Do good to others and revere the immortals. The Church of Trollodara is the less formal of the two, emphasizing the importance of family and community. They revere a trio of immortals known as the Three. These are Harlav Redhair, patron of warfare and leadership; Petra the Wise, patron of healing and agriculture; and Zerchiv the Huntsman, patron of magic and nature. Alexei of Nikolnevich, the Patriarch of Miros, is the official head of the Church of Trollodara. The Church of Karameikos is more structured. It is something of a sister religion to the prominent Church of Thyatis. They revere the Pentarch, a group of 5 immortals, made up of Asterius, the patron of prosperity and luck; Ilsundal, the patron of nature, magic, and the elves; Kagyar, the patron of craftsmanship, art, and dwarfs; Valerius, the patron of love and beauty; and Vanya, patron of war and conquest. High Patriarch Oliver Jowett is the head of the Church of Karameikos. In addition, both religions acknowledge the immortal Thanatos, patron of death and decay. He is not so much honored as feared. This is merely a brief overview of the vibrant and enigmatic nation known as Karameikos. There are a myriad of wonders and mysteries to experience in this diverse land. But alas, dear friends, I leave this to you. I can only entice you with such adventures. In the end, you must experience them for yourselves. And as always, may all your endeavors be golden.